Did you know that ancient strange wolf rituals performed in remote Siberia may hold the key to unlocking the world's oldest temple? Welcome to Arnie's Brain Train, and today we're going to talk about the mind-blowing connection between the ancient Siberian shamans and the mysterious fox carvings at Göbekli Tepe that archaeologists have been missing for decades. Let's get into it. Before we dive into any connections, let's first understand Göbekli Tepe and what makes it so extraordinary. Göbekli Tepe sits in southeastern Turkey, and at 11,600 years old, it completely shatters our understanding of prehistoric humans. These massive T-shaped pillars, some weighing up to 20 tons, were erected by people who hadn't even invented pottery yet. What's truly baffling is that these weren't simply cave dwellers. They created a complex ritual site with intricate animal carvings millennia before Stonehenge or even the Egyptian pyramids. Mainstream archaeology has struggled to explain how hunter-gatherers could accomplish something so advanced. But here's where it gets interesting. These pillars are covered with animal carvings, and one creature appears more than any other: the fox. Archaeozoologist Joris Peters and site discoverer Klaus Schmidt found so many fox remains and carvings that they proposed a specific fox cult must have existed here. But why foxes? And who were these mysterious builders? Now, let's travel thousands of miles north to the frigid landscapes of Siberia, where something extraordinary was documented in the early 20th century. In 1914, Polish anthropologist Maria Zaplika ventured to one of the most remote regions on Earth, Kamchatka Krai in northeastern Russia. There, she lived among the Koryak people, reindeer herders who practiced shamanic rituals virtually unchanged for thousands of years. What she recorded was astonishing. Ceremonies involving wolves that bear striking resemblances to what we see at Göbekli Tepe. In one ceremony, Zaplika documented how the Koryak would kill a wolf, then sacrifice a reindeer. They would decapitate the reindeer and place both animals on a raised platform as an offering to their supreme being, Gicholan, the one on high. They believed this would prevent wolves from attacking their herds. But there was another ritual that's even more relevant to our story. The Koryak performed another ceremony called the Wolf Stick Festival that connects directly to what we see at Göbekli Tepe. In this ritual, they would kill a wolf, skin it, and decapitate it. Then they would place a stick in the ground near a hearth, tying an arrow to it, or sometimes driving the arrow directly into the earth with its point sticking upward. A man would then wear the wolf's skin and walk in circles around the hearth while another participant beat a drum. When Zaplika asked why they performed this strange ritual, they simply shrugged and said, "Our forefathers did it this way." Now, that might seem like just another curious indigenous practice, but here's where their connection becomes undeniable. These erected sticks or poles represent what shamans across the world call the Axis Mundi, the axis of the earth connecting the underworld, earth, and sky. And what do we see at Göbekli Tepe? Massive T-shaped pillars arranged in circles, ancient stone versions of these ritual poles. But there's more evidence linking these practices to Göbekli Tepe through yet another ancient culture. The Sami people of northern Scandinavia and Finland, made popular through Disney's Frozen, are one of Europe's oldest continuous cultures. Like the Koryak, they were reindeer herders with shamanic traditions. Swedish ethnologist Uno Harva documented a remarkable Sami ritual where they erected a tall pole with an iron nail at the top. This pole served a critical purpose. They believed it would prevent the sky from falling. They created this sky pole as an altar so their god could support and keep the world, that it would not grow old and fall from its former position. Does this sound familiar? Massive pillars holding up the world? Now you might be thinking to yourself, these cultures are thousands of miles apart. How could they possibly be connected? Well, this is where linguistics proves a crucial piece of evidence. The Sami belong to the Finno-Ugric language family, which shares connections with Armenian and Hungarian. Archaeological evidence suggests these traditions spread from post-Swiderian cultures, Ice Age reindeer hunters who migrated across northern Europe. During the catastrophic Younger Dryas period, around 12,900 years ago, just before Göbekli Tepe was built, a cosmic impact event caused global cooling and mass extinctions. Groups of northern hunter-gatherers would have been forced to migrate southward, potentially bringing their shamanic traditions with them to Anatolia. But why would such ancient people build such an enormous monument? What was the purpose? Many ancient cultures believed in spiritual or occult battles. During World War II, British occultists like Dion Fortune conducted rituals that they believed would help defeat Nazi Germany. They were convinced their practices had real-world effects. Similarly, after the Younger Dryas catastrophe, shamanic groups may have engaged in what they saw as a cosmic battle against destructive forces represented by the fox or wolf, trickster figures in many mythologies. The pillars at Göbekli Tepe weren't just symbolic. To their builders, they were functional devices holding up the sky, protecting humanity from another catastrophe. The fox and wolf imagery wasn't decorative, but represented the cosmic forces they were battling through their rituals. This explains why incoming Swiderian groups could convince local Anatolian hunter-gatherers to undertake such a massive building project. They believed the world itself was at stake. Well, there it is, guys. Maybe you disagree, but there is a connection between the Siberian wolf rituals and Göbekli Tepe. These weren't just primitive people stacking stones. They were sophisticated shamans creating a cosmic machine to protect humanity. The fox and wolf imagery, the raised pillars, the circular arrangements, all echo the ancient shamanic practices documented thousands of miles away and thousands of years later in Siberia. This cosmic battle theory answers questions archaeologists have been asking for decades. Who built Göbekli Tepe? Why did they build it? And why is it filled with fox imagery? The answer was hiding in the frozen tundra of Siberia all along. Well guys, thanks for joining us on Arnie's Brain Train. As usual, all of our sources are in the description below. However, this one was a little bit different than some of the other videos I've done in the past. There's a lot of this that's speculation, and a lot of this is still up for debate. As we learn more and as we discover more, I'll try to keep you guys updated. But go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment below, and if you want me to explore another aspect of Göbekli Tepe, let me know. But until next time, keep your brain on the right tracks, and I'll see you there. Bye guys.